Everyone, it's Morgan Adsit with Sports Unlimited, and I want to bring in now Mike Preston from the Baltimore Sun with his weekly report card for the Ravens, those grades. Mike, I would imagine offensively a lot of A's handed out to that side of the ball after their 30-23 win over the Commanders.
Yeah, and I never got the impression that the Commanders were going to win this game. I thought that the Ravens, they can't stop them. I mean, when you're one of the worst in the leagues as far as third down defense, and you're one of the worst in the league as far as red zone defense, you're not going to slow down the Ravens, and they couldn't. So there was never a time when I said, like a week ago, Cincinnati could beat them. There was never a time today where I thought they're going to lose this game. So they did exactly what they needed to do, and their defense got a little bit better, I hope, and we'll see from there. But nah, when it's expected, and hey, the Ravens are still one of the best teams in the National Football League.
I would agree with you on the game never really felt like out of hand. Even though one-score game, it just didn't seem like the Commanders were going to get it done with a rookie quarterback against the Ravens offense. Let me just rattle off some of the grades. Lamar Jackson, an A-. I know he had an interception, but that kind of goes to Mark Andrews off his hands.
Well, you know what I thought the problems with Lamar was his pass run options. Off the corner, of the perimeters, he was a little slow in his decision-making, whether, hey, do I want to run, do I want to stay? He got sacked twice. But that was the only thing. The pass to Mark Andrews, questionable, but could have been a better pass. Yeah, but could he have made the catch? Yes, but other than that, I gave him an A-.
The offensive line, I mean, for a month we haven't had to talk about them during this winning streak because they're playing so well. A- for the offensive line, and still down, you know, he's back, healthy, Andrew Voorhees, but Pat McCary getting in there as an everyday starter has really helped this offensive line. And where do you break down what they did against the Commanders?
Well, they kind of found their forte is just pounding the football. I mean, and earlier in the season when they played Kansas City, they played Vegas. Those teams had good defensive lines. Now you look at who they're playing, Cincinnati, the team they played today, not very good. So the Ravens come out, they're going to run the football, they're going to pound it at you. And then once you start pounding, you go to the play action game. It was set up perfectly for them. And the Commanders had nothing that they could do to stop the Ravens or slow them down at all.
Because it had the balance, right? So you have Derrick Henry, running backs, B+. You have the wide receivers, A-. Zay Flowers, 9 targets, 9 catches, 132 yards just in the first half. They didn't need him in the second half. But is this their best, most complete game as far as the ground game has always been there, but it opened up so much for the passing game because you can't really take away all these options for the Ravens right now?
It's always about balance. I mean, and people keep saying their offensive identity is to run the football. That's not their offensive identity. Their offensive identity is to do whatever it takes to win. And they have enough weapons, and they're diversified enough where they can pound the football. And if it doesn't work, you come out and you throw the football because they have weapons. They have Likely and, you know, Flowers. Those are the guys you kind of need. But then they have Derrick Henry. So they have some options. They are about as balanced as they've been in the last 6 or 7 years, ever since Lamar became the starting quarterback, in fact.
Let's talk about the defense. You mentioned earlier, hope it got better. Monday night in Tampa Bay, they might have to put up 51 for an offense to keep pace with what the Bucs did in Week 6. Defensive line, you gave them an A. No questions about that unit. It has really been the heart and soul of this defense because you knew what they had and what was going to come back. The secondary, still kind of an issue with their pass defense, probably your worst grade. I see a C+ from this game. Mike, just what do you make of the Ravens defense, and how can, besides the defensive line, everybody else get on the same page and get on page with the offense and be a dominant, complete team?
Well, that's what they brought in Dean Pease for, to straighten out the back end. Now, did that happen today? It was hard to tell because the Commanders, they only have one receiver. That's basically it. It's a very vanilla offense. But the guy Daniels, their quarterback, that kid's going to be very good. He made some throws today that were exceptional. I mean, and even when the Ravens had tight coverage, the throws were perfect. So you got to balance that up a little bit. But still, you saw receivers getting wide open, running across the middle, saying that's not supposed to happen anymore. Will it improve? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure they have a corner who can play the other team's top receiver man-to-man all over the field. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure about Marcus Williams at safety. I'm not sure about Kyle Hamilton playing in space on the back end. Those are a lot of questions that I have to ask, and I don't know, but that's why I gave him a C+.
And you know those will be so important when we get to the next couple months of the season. Mike Preston, as always, from the Baltimore Sun with your weekly grades and report card for the Ravens, and we will see you again after that Bucs game. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. Take care.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.